Hello students, welcome to the science class. In last few days we were doing the chapter that is the animal, that is the chapter 6 of your book, where we had learned about the different types of animals which are residing on the earth, as well as how the biotic and the abiotic factor of the environment are mutually dependent on each other. And also we had learned about the different habitats, and then about the land animal and water animal. So today we will learn about some breathing organs of the animals, in which we will learn today the breathing organ, that is lungs and the gills. Okay, so this chapter, by seeing these pictures, you can understand that all these animals are so diversified. One can is not equal with the other. So in this chapter definitely you can understand this is dealing with the animal life. Okay, so let's proceed. Now, breathing in animal, all the animals, they need the oxygen. All the it is not only the animal but also the plants also, they need oxygen to breathe in and release carbon dioxide. This oxygen is required to burn the food and release the energy. This energy is utilized by the animals to carry out all their physiological activities. Now they get the supply of the oxygen from environment. If you can remember, during the photosynthesis process, in any way oxygen is present in the atmosphere about 21%, but also in the process of photosynthesis, the plant, in order to make the food, take carbon dioxide and sunlight and water and prepare the food, that is glucose type of food, and they release oxygen. Okay, so that can also be considered to be a very major source of oxygen. These oxygen, we land animals, that is those animals which we stay on the land, you had known this about the land animal in the previous day class. So these land animals, they take up the oxygen from the atmosphere directly with the help of the lungs. Here you can see the structure of the lungs. They can breathing, that is during the process of the exhale and inhale. Inhale means we are taking the air, and lungs, this portion is becoming inflated and this is wider, becoming wider. But when we are exhaling, that means the carbon dioxide we are going out, and as a result of which the lungs are empty. So during the inhale process the lungs is full, and during the exhale process the lungs is empty. Okay, so this land animal, they take up the oxygen gas from atmosphere with the help of the lungs. But aquatic organism, that is aquatic animals, those who are animals which are staying in the water, they take up the oxygen in a dissolved form. Okay, they cannot take up the oxygen directly from atmosphere, so that oxygen is dissolved in the in the water, and they are forming as dissolved oxygen, and the aquatic organism or aquatic animal take up that oxygen in the form of the gills. Okay, so this is how every animal, those who are either staying in the land or in the water, meet up the oxygen demand. Now what is the organs of breathing? Like depending on the habitat, whether you are staying in the land or you are staying in the water, the different animals have different organs of breathing. So first we will see, that is organ of breathing is the lungs in case of the land animal. Okay, so process of breathing involves exchange of gases between the animal and the surrounding. Here also you can see lungs of mammal, this oxygen gas is entering and it is distributing in the lungs. The exchange takes place and carbon dioxide is going out, okay, through the nostril. Oxygen is also getting inside through the nostril or the nasal aperture. Similarly, the carbon dioxide is also going out of the body through the nostril. So this is the method. Excepting human, here I had shown you the diagram of the human, but excepting the human, even this animal, it's a kind of a reptiles, they also, that is mammals, they also have lungs and also the trachea, and these are the rib structure through which they also take up the oxygen. The detailed mechanism of their respiration will be learned afterwards. Here you can see the picture or the diagram of a bird. Bird also take up, with the lungs of the bird, oxygen is also taken out, and after the gaseous exchange, carbon dioxide is going out of the body. So we had seen all the land animals, maybe it is human being, maybe it is some other animal, maybe it is bird, all are taking oxygen from atmosphere through the lungs, okay. Now this is the procedure, you can understand. During the exhale process, exhale means when the air is going out, the it is becoming, when inhale process, exhale process, the lungs is becoming narrower. In the inhale process, it is becoming wider, okay. This portion is called as the diaphragm. So in the exhale process, it is coming up, the entire space becomes narrow, but during the inhale process, it is becoming wider and the diaphragm is getting lower or going down, okay. You can see, follow the diagram, follow the picture. During the exhale, all the oxygen, carbon dioxide are going out of the body, and during inhale, this portion is becoming wider and this diaphragm is going down. Exhale, it is coming up and it is becoming narrow. Inhale, it is wider, it is going down, okay. So here is the mechanism of the movement of the lungs and the diaphragm during the exhale as well as the inhale process, okay. Now we are coming to the gills. After lungs, lungs is the specified organ for the animals which are living on the land, but in case of the animals which are living on the in the water or the aquatic animals, they have a very special type of organ which is called as the gills, okay. So the gills are supplied with the blood vessels, and so when the water flows over the gills, exchange of gas takes place, okay. As gill is supplied with the blood vessel, so water when going up from the going up on the or flowing over the gills, their exchange takes place, and the oxygen is absorbed by the blood vessel and carbon dioxide gives out or it goes out from the blood. Even you can see this picture, you can see as a oyster, they are also aquatic animal, they are staying in the water, and so this is the gill structure. The detailed mechanism of the respiration or the breathing, definitely you will learn in higher classes. Even so, I am showing you here that different organism, oyster is a type of organism which is definitely different from that of the fish, so they are also having a gill. On the other hand, if you can see the structure of the gill, it is also present, it is the structure which is present in the fishes, and it helps to respire, and it helps to located in case of fish, they are located on near the gills is located and help in the respiration process. Instead, in case of tadpole, that is amphibians, they the tadpole specifically lives in the water, okay. So they have a gill, you can see they have a gill, and so they breathe in the water. But at the same time, you can see they the frog, that is the mature or the adult form of the tadpole, they remain on land. That is why they can respire through the either through the moist skin. I mean, the moist skin are there to help in the respiration, but the maximum or the majority or the major organ for respiration is the lungs. So we can see here they are called the amphibians. Amphi means both. So one organism, that is young part is in aqua, they are involving the aquatic breathing, for which they have gills. On the other hand, the frog, that is the mature adult form, they are having the lungs which help them to respire. Next we are coming the end of the chapter, where end of the topic, where you had learned about the two respiratory organ or breathing organ which are present in the animals. One is the lungs and one is the gills. Lungs is being used for the land animals, that is the animals which are present in the land, and gills are used for the water animals, that is which are present in the water. Okay, so in the next class, we will learn about other respiratory or the breathing organs. So till then, all of you stay safe, take care, thank you.